Portfolio folder with Mr. G. All right, to begin with, we're starting with our poster board. It's a 22 by 28 inch white poster board. And there's a shiny side and there is a dull side. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. Also, I have brought some duct tape. If you're doing this at home, you can use duct tape. Preferably white would be great, but you don't have to do that. Also, a number 2 pencil, and you can use any kind of pencil really. Scissors. And some of these things may be cut up for you depending on what grade you are in. And then lastly, we'll have a ruler or a straight edge long one. From here, what you want to do is you want to lay your poster board down. Make sure that the shiny side is facing you. And there's a dull side and a shiny side. So make sure that shiny side is facing you. And then what you do is you fold it over and match the corners up. I usually do the bottom first and then match that second one up. And once I get them kind of matched like that, I put my hand in the middle and then I just slowly push down just like this. And I start to smooth the edges out. You can do it from the top or the bottom. I chose to start at the bottom and go up. What some people like to do is take a piece of tissue paper or paper towel and then just put your pencil on top of it and use it to just push some pressure down. And what that does is it makes a nice, crisp, clean edge for the bottom of the portfolio. Now that we have a nice folded edge, what we're going to do is we're going to take the paper and we're going to turn it the other way. And we're going to fold it just like we did before. Match the edges up. Usually the bottom first. And then get up to the top. Try to match those edges up. And then once again, put your hand in the middle and then just go across and then go up or down. This time we went up. Now we have 2 crisp edges. So now we have 2 different folds. So the paper folds in half 2 different ways. So what we're going to do is take the long way, and we're going to mark the very edge of one side of the fold and the other side of the fold like this. Now I'm going to use a straight edge here, but what I have learned is you can probably just with your eye make a nice slow mark all the way across from edge to edge because you can follow the fold line. And what's nice about this is you don't have to be spot on because once you cut it, we're going to put some tape over that side of it anyways. So you should be good as long as you follow the fold line. Take your paper and put it lengthwise and start cutting from the middle where the line is and go up. Silly Mr. G just noticed that I was off camera for that little bit. And then if you can't make it all the way across, that's perfectly okay. Just take your paper, turn it around, start in the other side, and you can meet yourself in the middle. You should be able to connect those 2 cuts. And once you do that, you have 2 pieces. Now we have 2 sheets that fold like a book. They're the same, so what we can do with one of them is we can take them and set it off to the side for now. And we can focus just on our portfolio paper. Now you can take your paper and line it up with the edge of the table, and we're going to take a piece of duct tape that's a little bit bigger than your portfolio page on both sides, and we're going to line it up and we're going to put half of the paper on half of the duct tape. So you'll be able to have half of your paper on half of the duct tape and the other side is going to be hanging over the table. So you can kind of line it up with the table. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're going to get another piece of duct tape that's a little bit longer on both sides, and then we're going to put on half of the piece of paper. And we'll smooth it out. And then we're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut off the pieces so they line up with the paper. So you can just cut off each edge Now your portfolio will have duct tape kind of sticking out on both sides of the backside. So what you want to do is you want to turn it around, and from one corner you want to put the duct tape down. If we've decided to use masking tape, you can put the masking tape down instead. And then just kind of smoothly smooth it out on both sides. Once again, just starting from the corner, maybe holding it with your thumb on one side a little bit. This just helps so the duct tape doesn't just get sticky and all wrinkled. It might get wrinkled, and you know what? That's okay. It's really not too big of a problem. And now that that is finished, we have a finished portfolio. This is where you can put all your artwork in. Now you should be able to take the CDs that are available to you and put that CD anywhere on your folder that you would like to. I'm going to choose mine right in the middle, and then I'm going to put my fingers down, maybe about 3 or 4 fingers, just to hold it steady, and just very slowly with my pencil trace the outside of that circle. So take your time. We want to make sure you do a really nice circle, and then after we do that, we're going to fill in the little circle in the middle. And this is what you will get. Now, if you'd like to take some time, you can also trace around with a marker. If you do it really slowly and you're pretty sure of your skills, then you can do that next. And don't forget the middle part. Now we have a finished circle in the middle. Now, don't color anywhere inside of this circle. And notice that I made a little marker mistake there, but I'm just going to kind of count that as artwork, because today we're going to decorate the rest of our folder, or however much of the folder that you would like to. So I'm just going to do just a little bit of decoration there, because I kind of made a little bit of a mark with my marker, and now I'm going to turn that into art, because sometimes mistakes can become art as well. Next, what I'd like you to do is to put your name on your folder. That's going to be really important because we will want to know whose folder it is. I went with Mr. G, but I'd really appreciate it if you put your full name anywhere on your folder like that. I just put it on top of the circle. After that, on the top corner right side, I'd like you to draw a rectangle just on the corner. And this is going to be really important because we're going to fill it in with your team's color. Team color is either going to be yellow, blue, or red. And what this helps out with is if your folder gets lost, or if I'm keeping it for you, then I will know which class it belongs to. The yellow class, the red class, or the blue class. Now, whether you're using a crayon or a marker or colored pencil, it's a good idea to put a piece of paper behind your portfolio. This is really important. That's why I'm doing exclamation points. And the reason for this is when we start coloring outside of the folder, sometimes we can go over the edge by accident. And what happens is that gets on the table, and that would be not very good right here. So see that little mark? That could be on the table, but now it's on the paper. So always keep that in mind when you're going to the edge with your artwork, that you want to protect the tables, and just put a simple piece of paper down and that'll protect the table. Now you have a protective folder for all of your artwork. I'm super excited to see what you came up with, and I'm also super excited to see you. I missed you all summer, and we will see you soon.